Hey everyone, Build is back, and so are we for another news breakdown here on SHODO-Pop. Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today, we just have quite a bit of news coming out of the blog itself, and that's about it. Also, if you'll notice, this episode is a bit late. We'll tell you about why at the end of the video, but before that, let's just hop into the news. And in the news this week, we got... Oh, I forgot his name for a second. This is Kenzan. He's looking really good, like, pretty decently good. There are a few things to mention about this guy. He is a bit sticker heavy, but also, hey, check this out. His swords, they combine and come apart. Downside though, like I was saying about the sticker heavy thing, is a sticker like right on the dot of that peg, and I don't know how to feel, because I have a feeling that might rub itself off, which is, do not take that out of context, but I feel like that sticker might peel off just, you know, through repeated uses. I'm not 100% sure yet. And like with most SHODO weapons, I don't think there's gonna be a sticker on the other side of it, so that there won't be stickers rubbing against each other on this. I'm not 100% sure because they don't show off the other side, but typically when they don't show off what the other side is, it kind of means there's no sticker detail in there. So I'm feeling like there's maybe no sticker detail on that other side. It would follow with the rest of the other figures. Another thing to note with this thing is that there are no, you know, like reverse ends to this blade, because, you know, when they combine, it's supposed to be a shuriken, you know, and it just isn't. So I do wonder if they are just going to make a shuriken version later, or if they're going to revise this with, like, you know, some sort of back end later. I'm not 100% sure, but it does not seem like something that SHODO would leave on the table without doing. Like, it, you know, it sounds like a late wave accessory set pack in. And hey, maybe they'll put in, like, the extra, Three Little Pigs hay bales and whatever other houses they need to put in there. So that would be neat. Either way, that's not all with this figure. If you take a look, his shoulder is actually done with a ball joint this time. They didn't outright say this, or if they did, I didn't quite catch it, but I don't think that he's going to have access to that faux joint like every other Saber rider does have. Which is a little bit disappointing, but to be expected. Just, you know, not all of them would have been able to get it. But they make this comparison here with Hirobi. I think this is Hirobi. And Hirobi had, like, you know, no shoulder pad armor, but they just had his shoulder there, and it did not look quite beefy enough, and they wanted to make a little bit more of a muscular impact here, and I feel like it absolutely works. You know, it's subtle, and they said this is something they went back and forth with in the factory, and, you know, like prototypes and testings and toy safety standards and whatnot. I don't know what those safety standards are. Maybe, like, you know, if a part is typically too large, then, like, if you mold a part and you put too much plastic into it, sometimes it cools differently, so then the piece will crack a lot easier. I'm not sure if that was the case here, but either way, you know, there are certain considerations they did for the shoulder, so definitely appreciate it, which is something I'm doing right now. Anyway, this looks neat. Also, there are stickers. So that's, you know, just what SHODO is, and they said, hey, you know, we wanted to strike a good balance between sticker and painted detail, and with Kenzan, there was just a lot of this, like, you know, faux painted look. It's really, it's kind of funny that, like, you know, in order to create this painted look, they had to forego actual paint and put stickers in there to get that accurate detail. Either way, it doesn't look the absolute best. The paint matching to the colors of the sticker, not the best. There's too much of a shine to the sticker itself, but it's good enough, at least for me. What I'm not too happy about are the slits in those stickers, but, you know, I guess it'll probably look better in hand. Either way, they wanted to strike a pretty good balance between the two. And obviously, you can tell the difference which one's paint, which one's sticker. Anyway, that's not all, because his head, unfortunately, has a lot of the negative space behind the eye visors. This is just, you know, another one of those realities that SHODO has to go through. Same with, like, the back protrusion on the back of the head. Like they said at the beginning of Saber, not all of them are going to come with it, but some of them will have to, and Kenzan seems to be one of those, you know, that had to, that absolutely needed one. Anyway, moving on, we have, you know, his integration with the gimmick. He can swap at the bicep. Once again, I don't say this too often, but it doesn't always seem like swapping at the bicep is recommended, except for, you know, Saber now. It absolutely is. The first time I believe that we saw it was with, I think, Kuga in his Pegasus version, just because you had to swap out his arm for that, like, banded version. Either way, it seems to be a full-on, you know, feature here, especially, you know, in the latest episode, spoiler alert, he, you know, uses this item. So that's cool. Anyway, that is about it for him. This is all that we have for Book 4. Next week, we will be getting into more Book 4 stuff. But G-Man did not leave us with just that. He showed us this. And this is the, Dragon Alangina form for Saber. And, you know, they're doing this thing where, hey, we recognize we can't get to all of the forms. So this is just another one that's going to have to be a sticker, unfortunately. And do keep in mind, you know, traditionally you would think that he needs that separate cheek piece to make this accurate, but in show, there is no separate cheek piece there when he turns into Alangina. So this is completely 100% accurate without that extra cheek piece. So all you need here is the sticker, and that's, hey, you know what? Yay, good for you, you got it. I mean, this is just the sticker. This is the wave layout that it comes with for Book 3. So you aren't getting, you know, a full-on extra figure, obviously, but here it is, you know, if you wanted it. Like, this is perfect. At least with the, you know, with the other ones, you could not recreate the in-show suits accurately, but here, you absolutely can. So that's awesome. This is a revised Book 3 inclusion. They said something about schedulings and all that stuff and how that all worked out, and I'm not quite sure. The, you know, Google Translate was really fighting me on that one, so I'm not quite sure what the difficulties were, and I think they glossed over those difficulties as well, but we have it here, and that's really cool. Anyways, that is it for Saber this week. Let's talk Build. Build is finally here with SHODO-X 12. D-Man decided to show us basically everything that's coming out in this wave, and if you don't remember, D-Man is the one who worked on Build. Like, for a good majority of Build, he was the one, you know, doing the blog itself, or at least, you know, whenever they switched halfway through, because, you know, the XA dude was doing a little bit of Build, and then they switch, you know, it's a whole thing. Either way, this looks incredible. They wanted to pay attention to not only body proportions, like suit body proportions, they also wanted to pay attention to painted detail. Something I was really asking for was clear visors to make that compound eye effect pop, and while we did not get that, we do have different tones of, you know, pinkish, reddish, and blue on the eyes to really differentiate the two. This thing is fully painted, unlike a few of the more recent SHODO-X figures that we've seen prototypes for. This has 0 stickers that they have called out so far, and I see none so far. This is absolutely amazing, and I am so excited for this. It does show that he comes with his signature pose hand, but he also will be coming with the Fleming's Law right hand rule hand. It's the you know, thumb up, finger out, middle finger to the side hand. You know, look up the right hand rule. It's useful for physics. Anyway, that's really neat. Man, they absolutely blew it out of the water with this. It looks like a figure art, you know, and you're getting this at retail for retail price. I cannot get over this. Anyway, that's not all. He comes with his, oh no, I forgot the name of this thing. Something breaker? No, not the Gashicon breaker. It's a drill something. It spins. I mean, this doesn't spin, but in the show it spins. Either way, they wanted to get that accurately molded detail of the drill itself in there, and it works. There's paint all over this thing. You got the yellows, you got the silvers. Very, very good look. And not only that, you don't just get the sword version, you get the gun version as well. So everything, well, both of these are going to be in the expanded parts set. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Anyway, this looks great. Let's move on to the bike. So we are getting the machine builder. It's strange that I remembered that one, or this name, and not the other one. But either way, this looks really good. All that bike detail is in there and accurate. I don't know, man. I'm super into this. He can do a vroom vroom on top of it. I'm very excited. He called out in this image, like at the bottom, he said, man, you know, the most iconic scene with this one is when he was dispatching a few Guardians. And I really hope that some Guardians are coming to Shodo-O. That would be nice. I would appreciate it. Anyway, another thing about this bike, all the, you know, details and whatnot, those are either paint or tampograph. I'm very excited. Very, very excited for this. Anyway, let's move on, because Build and his bike are not the only figures in this set. Well, I mean, also Build. Build is here, but this one is the Hazard form, and it looks so good. They definitely, absolutely could have, and probably should have, cheaped out and just molded this in all black. But if you remember the original Build SHODO figures, there was an extra added gunmetal gray paint to it, as well as gunmetal gray stickers on top of that, and they added that here. They added all that gunmetal paint in, and they didn't have to. They absolutely didn't have to, and it looks really good. This was the easy remold, and they put the extra work in. I appreciate this so much. And if you notice, the belt does not have the colors that the other belt had. It does not have the rabbit tank colors, because you can actually turn this into every single version of the Hazard form that I think they've ever done for this figure. And, you know, it really helps that there is no specific belt color for it. So yeah, that's really cool. This is all in the accessory set. You get 4 different heads, so that means if you're like me, you're probably gonna have to get extra hazards. And that, you know what? That's fine. This is a really awesome set, and I'm really happy to get one of these. Anyway, that is it for Hazard. Let's talk about Banjo. He's here, and he's looking so good. I'm very excited for this figure. You've got, I believe, some tempo detail all over the chest. You've got paint everywhere. This is just exceptional. I'm so excited. Though the only thing, you know, something that quelled my worries about the articulation of this figure is, check out the sort of crotch area. I was wondering if the bottle holder down by the side was going to impede motion, and it is far enough away from the thigh to, you know, get out of the way, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that that remains the case for most poses here. Anyway, he can hold the sword, you know, that was shown off with Key Dragon. By the way, you saw it already, but all those Hazard forms did come with their own weapon, but it looks like this Key Dragon sword is going to have to be shared. Either way, I'm just really excited for it. And technically, if you are playing with it, or if it is in a display, you can't necessarily have Hazard Key Dragon and also Banjo at the same time. But you can have Oh, wait, you can also have this on the bike. He can do a vroom vroom. But you can also have Great Cross next to it, technically, because that's all the same... or it's a different form outside of the dragon bottle. So, technically, you can put these together. This one is the obvious repaint, and they knocked this one out of the park. I really appreciate this. This looks really good. You've got the reds, the golds, and the blues on the sort of wing chest pattern. I love this. And you have that little symbol there. This is so good. Anyway, I believe that is about it, though, for these guys. This comes out next year, May, I believe. I kind of forgot, but either way, it'll take a while to come out. If the pre-order links are up, I will put them in the description down below. If not, then, hey, if you are in the description down below looking for them and they are not there, you can also head to our Discord, because there is a Discord channel in there where we throw up, pre-order links and all that stuff if someone finds it. So yeah, and while you're down in the description, there are links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, whatever you do, as long as you do it. It absolutely helps. Also, like I said, this episode was late, and that's because my internet absolutely went down all of yesterday, so that kind of sucked. It did come up again like at 10 p.m., so I did get to watch a little bit of Avengers, but after that, hey, also yesterday, you were not left just hanging, because Malunis did an awesome topic video talking about, the distribution of SHODO. So go ahead and check that out if you have not already. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comments down below what you like the most. Are you going to be buying Build? Are you going to be getting Kenzan? Either way, thank you for watching. Keep it. Oh, here it is. Hell yeah. I almost lost this. Oh, by the way, the podcast might be late as well, because Josh Malunis and I couldn't get together to record on our typical Saturday because Josh had work, and then Sunday was full because Josh had work. Wait. Malunis had something on Saturday. Josh had something on Sunday. Either way, it might be late. Just putting that out there.